Welcome to another rant video. Before I get started, there are two things that I need to mention. Number one, if you're in a position where you cannot listen to swear words, or you don't want to hear swear words, or whatever, this is my recommendation to not watch this video. I don't script anything, but I can guarantee you that at least one of them will show up at some point. Because it's a rant video. Let's not kid ourselves. So, that's the first thing. Second thing, I am pretty sure before I even upload this, before I even record it, that what I am about to say in this video is going to ruffle some feathers. The way that I'm going to say it is going to ruffle feathers. Somebody is going to get offended. And somebody, I can guarantee you, is going to take what I'm going to say, make an assumption about what I think, and then post accusations in the comments. This is my recommendation to you, to please not do that. Alright? I am all for the principle being presented here. So anybody that is going to say otherwise is wrong. What I am against, and what this rant is about, is the execution, the application of the principle, how it is being dealt with. I don't agree with it. It is ridiculous. Okay? So now that we've gotten that off our chest, let's go ahead and get started. So, I can't remember if it was this morning or last night or earlier on. I don't know. It was recent, within the last 2 days. This lovely little message appeared at the top of my YouTube Creator Studio. Now, right off the bat, I have two problems with this message. Number one is it gives me a link to go to the YouTube studio. Well, why is that option not presented here? That doesn't make any sense to me. So, users like myself, who cannot actually go to the YouTube studio because Google seems to think that my browser is out of date, which is completely false, we are apparently not allowed to touch this option. I'm not going to say anything about how slow this website is loading. But the second problem that I have with this message is that I have already touched this option. I have set it using a different browser. And the message is still there. There's no option to make it disappear. I don't want it there. I've already dealt with this problem. So what is the problem? Well, okay. They give you a lovely link here to a help article. Let's go ahead and open it. Set your channel or video's audience. Regardless of your location, you're legally required to comply with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. Okay, this is legislation that has existed for decades. I'm probably going to get it wrong. I haven't done any further research, but I'm pretty sure it's been around since at least 2001. And that is, as of the making of this video, 18 years ago. In fact, let's go ahead and check. Let's just check it right off the bat. 2015, okay. So this thing right here is from 2015. Already, that's 4 years ago. Oh, yeah, 1998, okay? So yeah, it's been over 20 years since this came in. 19 years since it was enacted. The last amendment was in 2012, which took place in 2013. That's 6 years ago. Folks, enforcing legislation that was enacted 6 years ago, now, starting to do that now is not going to help a damn thing. Alright? So already this is completely useless, and anybody that thinks that this is going to do anything to help any problem is delusional at best. Yes, I said that, and yes, I meant it. Okay, let's continue on then. As a YouTube creator, you are required to set future and existing videos as made for kids or not. Okay, so let's go and think about this for a second. I got a lot of videos on my channel. Over 2,400 of these things. And they are expecting me, as a single individual, they're expecting me to go through all 2,400 of those videos and make this setting change? This is next level bullshit right here. Next level bullshit. Okay? There is no excuse for this to be a thing. Alright? Now, it's not quite this way. We'll get into that here in a minute when I show you the actual setting toggle. Some of you have probably already seen this. Even creators who don't make contents for kids need to set their audience. Okay, blah, 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 whatever. This will help ensure that we offer the appropriate features for your content. Blah, blah, blah. We are introducing a new audience setting on YouTube Studio. Again, the Creator Studio still exists. You haven't converted everybody over yet. The YouTube Studio is in beta. This option should be presented in both interfaces. There is no reason for it. That's bullshit. Okay. You can set your audience at the channel level, which will set all of your future and existing content as made for kids or not. Thank you! Okay. So my previous statement about having to set it through all of it or not doesn't make any sense now. Alright, fine. At the video level, if you choose this option, you will need to set existing and future videos made for kids or not. So, how many people out there right now who operate channels are going to blanket set this option? How many of them are going to do it correctly? Stop and think about this for a second. There are how many people on YouTube? How many of these people are going to stop and think about this and set it properly? Honestly, the proper option is to set it at the video level, because different videos could be different. And there's a gray area here. What does made for kids mean? We'll get into that here in a second. To set your audience as made for kids, you need to do so in the YouTube Studio. Why? Bullshit. Why? Doesn't make any sense to me. We'll make the blah 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 third-party applications blah 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 in the near future. Again, why? This should have been a thing to start with. You're a major corporation. Get your shit together and figure this out before you push the settings to the user base. Get it right the first time. I have got... okay. I'm at my wit's end right now with web developers, because none of them seem to understand that getting it right the first time should not be taking a back seat to getting it out to the public. Do you want to know how many of these security breaches are a result of this? Or people just not paying attention to what they're doing? The idea that it's software, it can be fixed later? In a way, the advent of the electronically erasable, programmable, read-only memory chip is the thing that wrecked all of this for us, because all of a sudden now you can flash it later on and fix all the bugs. No. You fix the bugs first. Then you publish it. People would really need, they need to step up their game and get to this level of, get back to it. You know? Back in the days before things could be flashed, you got it right the first time, because it was expensive if you didn't. But no! Now we gotta have rapid release, new features now, all this other bullshit that comes along with it. Pisses me off. Why every creator must set their audience. These changes are required as part of a settlement with the U.S. Federal Trade Commission and New York Attorney General, and will help you comply with the COPPA and or other applicable laws, regardless of your location. Blah, 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 bull crap. Nobody gives a shit. What is this crap? Alright. So, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. You must stop, blah, blah, blah. You blah, 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 blah. Okay, this did not even do anything to explain to me just what it is that this applies to. No, that's nothing. So this is useless and shouldn't be there. Here's the big one. We'll also use machine learning to help us identify videos that are clearly directed to young audiences. We trust you to set your audience accurately, but may override your audience setting choices in cases of error or abuse. So, you're telling me that on a website such as YouTube, where pretty much everything is dictated based on algorithms, what videos show up in a user search, the order in which videos show up in searches, this is all dictated by an algorithm. You're telling me that the algorithm is not going to be used to figure this out, but that there is an algorithm that can. So you're wasting my time as a creator, as somebody who uploads videos. You're wasting my time by making me have to go and make this decision for myself without the aid of anybody else. Because, check this out here, if you need help determining whether or not your content is made for kids, check out this Help Center article or consult legal counsel. Your official recommendation is to consult legal counsel. How out of touch with the people on YouTube are you to make this recommendation? Okay? How out of touch are you? Do you have any idea how many people on YouTube are under the age of 13? How many minors are on this website using it, uploading videos? How many people are under the age of 21? How many people are under the age of 19? Whatever, doesn't matter. Use your arbitrary age. How many people are in a situation where it's not very likely that they're going to be able to consult legal counsel on this? And yet, that's your official stance. Let that sink in for a minute. I'm sorry, I do not give a fuck who told you to do this. What settlement this is, whatever it is. I don't care. This right here is bullshit. Figure it out for yourself. Okay? Post the guidance yourself. Come up with the guidance yourself in consultation with the Federal Trade Commission and the New York State Attorney General. Figure it out. Tell people. Do not make them figure it out for themselves. Because this is an important decision. If you make the wrong one, you're in violation of federal law. Alright? This is not something that can be, pushed off. The burden should not be pushed off onto the user. It's ridiculous. That is outright stupid. Especially when you consider there's a large number of people who are not even in the United States, are not in Canada, are not in Mexico, they're not in North America. What are they supposed to do? What is the official guidance for these people? I have no idea. No. This is dumb. I hope somebody takes Google to court and wins and... Actually, honestly, if you want my honest opinion, I hope Google goes out of business. Because this is retarded. Like, just completely out of touch. Off base. They don't seem to be able to figure it out. Okay, so here we go. There's this thing here. Determining if your content is made for kids. Oh, look at this. Helpful advice, right? Blah, blah, blah. We provide some guidance on what is considered, but we cannot provide legal advice. If you are unsure whether your video meets this standard, we suggest you seek legal counsel. No, that is not acceptable under any circumstances. I'm sorry. Legal advice or not. This is not something to be taken lightly like that. No. This is dumb. Alright. So, according to Blah, a video is child-directed, which we call made for kids. Don't even know where any of that came from. If children are the primary audience based on the factors described below. What does that mean? I have no idea. Children are not the primary audience, but the video is still directed to children based on the factors below. He said the same thing twice, basically, there. Alright? So when deciding whether or not blah blah blah, okay, the subject matter. Whether children are your intended or actual audience. Whether the video includes child actors or models. So really what's going on here is they don't even know what falls under this category. Because this is completely ambiguous, makes no sense whatsoever, and doesn't help anybody. How old is a kid? Okay, this is like completely dumb right here. However, the age may be higher in other countries. Why does that matter? This is a settlement for the United States in the first place. So it should be the U.S. law that applies, right? I don't know. Don't take it from me. I'm not legal counsel either. I'm going to take their route. I cannot provide legal advice. Consult legal counsel if you don't know. All right? Do you know how stupid that sounds? Listen to it for a second. We cannot provide legal advice. We suggest you consult legal counsel. Listen to how dumb that sounds. on a website that is directed for the general public, directed at the general public to upload videos. This is dumb. This is getting away from what YouTube was. This is dragging YouTube more towards something like, I don't know, city TV on television, public broadcast television. That is what this is dragging us towards. That is not what YouTube was. I guess I must be wrong. So, like I said, all in all, this is just bringing me one step closer to not wanting to publish a single further video to this website. Which would be a shame, because there's a lot of stuff that I would like to, give out to people. But if this crap is going to keep up, then no. The only thing that I envision happening here is that this is going to get worse in the coming months. And when the enforcement starts happening, there's going to be problems. Big problems. This reminds me of the whole advertisement conundrum. Has anything that they've actually done helped? I'm going to make the assertion that no, nothing they have done has actually helped. The only thing that is going to help any of that is to revert the YouTube Partner Program back to the way that it was in the first place, which is what I've been saying since they introduced these bullshit rules in the first place. Nobody ever listens to a word that I have to say. Make it opt-in. Tell people that they've got to submit paperwork. Okay, I'm getting way off the subject now. I'm not even going to continue with that particular side rant. But you get the point. At least I hope you get the point. I am all for the idea of protect the children. I'm all for that. And something needs to be done. Because, honestly, there's a lot of crap out there that really kids should not be getting exposed to. But that said, is this the solution to the problem? No, this is a problem looking for... it's a solution looking for a problem. This doesn't help anybody. All it does is make the rules more nebulous and ambiguous and strange. There is no way that I can possibly glean from this what the correct answer is. Alright, so you know what I did? I went over here to this stupid thing. I went over to the settings. I went over to the channel and advanced, and I set it to no. Because that is the only option that I think is going to help me. Now, what does that do? I don't know what it does. Because they haven't said anywhere what features may or may not be applied to your content if you say yes or no. They haven't said anything about this. There is nothing in here anywhere. I mean, there's this option here, something else that I thought I'd point out. What if my content is applicable to a wide audience, but not kids? As the creator, you know your content best. Well, clearly not, because this bullshit right here is the most nebulous bullshit I have ever seen. This means nothing. Absolutely nothing to nobody. I don't know who came up with this, but they should be fired. Because this is just wrong. If you intended to reach a kid audience, it's likely that your video is made for kids. What the hell does that mean? I don't know. So what should I do? Go call a lawyer to translate this sentence for me? That's stupid. No, this whole thing is just nonsense. Just bullish malarkey that is intended to make uploading videos to YouTube less fun and more difficult than it ever was before. That's all that I'm going to say about it. It's dumb. It needs to be thrown away and redone from scratch because it doesn't work. This is not how you help anybody deal with anything. No, this is stupid. So whoever at Google came up with this idea, go away. Please kindly die in a fire because no. That's it. That's all I gotta say. This is just absolutely not acceptable. Alright? So, oh yeah, and my last little plea is to fix this bullshit up here. I have changed the setting. Get rid of this notice. I don't need it here. Alright? And also, get your shit together and make this option available to people like myself who cannot use the YouTube Studio because you refuse to make it available in a browser that is currently supported. This browser isn't out of date. It is the recent release. The only reason why it's out of date is because it bases itself on an older version of Firefox. because it doesn't rapid release, there's no way to fix this problem. It works fine. So, yeah, no, fix your shit. Okay? Alright, I'm done. That's my little video for all of you to enjoy or not. Leave your comments below. Leave your opinions below. I have a feeling there's going to be quite a few